Mayo, but unfortunately he's not here, but was present for every step of this journey.
First, we will start with our central idea. And our central idea is human interaction with the environment causes change. And over here, we have our main focus. It's growing plants benefits human. We also have our 3 lines of inquiry. Purpose of plants, suitability of plants, tools and resource for a garden. And over here, we have our 3 key concepts. Change, responsibility, and connection. We chose change because we would like to make a positive impact to the environment. And we chose responsibility because everybody has the responsibility to take care of the environment. And finally, we chose connection because our topic is connected to other issues in the world.
In order to get a deep understanding of our topic, we had an interview with Miss Mee, who works for Ladybug Farm. She's an expert in this topic, and we asked her a lot of questions, including what types of plants are suitable for this environment. And she proposed as roses, jasmine, sunflowers, cactus, and chrysanthemum.
There was many steps throughout this whole process. Our first step was obviously getting into groups and choosing our topics. Our next step was to meet with our amazing mentor, Miss Dorinda. She helped us stay on track and made sure we were doing everything we needed to do.
After the interview with Ms. Mee, we decided to make a mini garden in front of the school gate. But first we need some money, so we decided to make a drink sale.
We made a profit of, that was more than enough, so we gave some to the grade 11 CAS donation project. That was more than, we felt very proud of this, and we bought the seeds and soil and started to think about where we would plant it.
We donated around $2 million to the CAS donation. So before we could plant, we had to make sure we had permission to do this. So we went to Mr. Fish's office and asked for permission. He gave us a map of the school and told us to mark out the places we wanted to plant and what types of seeds we were going to plant. So we did that for him, and he gave us permission. So before we bought our seeds, we had to look back at our information and made sure we got the right types of seeds. Because from our research, we have found that it's crucially important you get the right seeds, otherwise they won't grow or serve a valuable purpose.
It's also important to have the right tools. To make a garden, you need hoses, gardening boots, sun protective clothes, hand trowels, dibbers, and gloves.
You would need a hose because you need some source of water source to water your plants. You would need a gardening boot to protect your feet from anything that could possibly hurt you from the ground. You would need some protective clothes to protect you from the hot heat. You would need hand trowels so you can make bigger holes and plant seedlings. You would need a dibber so you can make holes for growing like seeds and putting dirt over it and watering them. And you would need gloves so you can protect your hands from getting splinters or any way you could hurt your hand from gardening. And there's a fun fact: some people use the scent of flowers to relieve stress, and this is called aromatherapy.
There are more purposes of that, like trees and plant can make the place more attractive.
Like with their bright colors.
Trees can produce oxygen
By absorbing carbon dioxide from the air and releasing oxygen, which is the air we breathe.
Some flower and some plants can produce food for us.
Like fruits and vegetables. So talking about food, now we're going to talk about GMO food. Anybody here know what GMO food is? Yes, you're a chef.
Genetically modified.
Yeah. Genetically modified food. So, as you know, human DNA is really complicated, but the DNA of some plants are not as complicating. So scientists has changed around the DNA of the plants so they can either grow bigger, faster, or seedless, like seedless watermelons or seedless grapes. So that's a form of GMO food. But some people think that GMO food isn't safe, and you can get illnesses and diseases from it, such as cancer. But don't be scared because there's no concrete evidence of getting those from all GMO foods. Now we're going to talk about this plant, this specific plant right here. So before we got into our groups and chose our topics, we went on a mini field trip to see how other people have interacted with their environment. And one of the plants we came across in the garden was a sweet potato tree. And we had so it was a fully grown tree, and all of the sweet potatoes down at the roots. And so our friend Wang down at the Solar Energy Group took one of the branches of the tree and asked if he could take it back to EIS. And he was allowed to. So he brought it back, got us a pot and soil, and put the branch inside of the soil and watered it every day with the help of our group, and we produced this in around 2 months. So we had this for around 2 months from a branch. Yeah. And this process is called growing from cuttings. Yeah.
So this is not all our information, and we got some from other websites, and this is our citations.
So if you would like to learn more or see where we got our information, you can look at the citation list.
Thank you for watching our exhibition. Now we would like you to plant a tree, a vegetable, a kind of vegetable that's named Morning Glory behind.
So you guys planted at the